We're back in Santa Barbara. You remember Santa Barbara? We were here, really, I guess 2 weeks ago on another Wednesday. It was easier to get here today. It's also a nice sunny day today, and I'm going to be walking from here. I didn't show any of how I got here, which went going through downtown, going through Heredia, taking a bus from Heredia. So last time I looked down this valley and said that's a very nice view, looking westward. And spoilers, today I'm going to Alajuela, which is more than 4 kilometers this way, but not that much more. Going to be a pretty easy walk today, is the theory. Oh wow, that's kind of sounds like famous last words, right? So I'm walking southwest and downhill out of Santa Barbara Central, and there's really not a lot more to say about the matter right now. So we can see over this hedge here, and if you look down, I think those buildings are Heredia, and then maybe, yeah, then in the distance you can see San Jose. So we are actually quite a ways from both Heredia and San Jose here, but not a terrible distance, as I continue to walk down the road. This is the parish church, San Pedro de Santa Barbara, not to be confused with San Pedro de Barva, which is on the other side. And this is actually only a mile or two down that road, that direction, towards Santa Barbara proper. So there's a couple of districts or areas that are pretty close together geographically. And this district doesn't seem to have a whole lot for it as far as town center, as far as I can tell here. It's just kind of a stop on the way between Santa Barbara and Alajuela. So I just walking through here and then turn down this road and keep going that way. So right ahead here, according to my map, where this road meets another road, Calle Vieja, that's actually right by the provincial border between Heredia and Alajuela. So let's see if there will be a sign or something to mark that. And of course, being in the province of Alajuela does not mean I'm actually where I'm going to be going. A change in road maintenance is sometimes where those borders are, so I'm just going to guess it's there, but it could be anywhere there. My GPS isn't, accurate either. This continues to look like something. This is one of the roads of Costa Rica of all time. So I can't say a lot about this area, but right there you see fields. There's open space right there. So I'd say whatever this area is now, until pretty recently, like 20 years ago, this was probably like a little farm road between Santa Barbara and Alajuela. I don't know the exact date, but it looks like a place that, within recent memory, this was still farm country. I also don't know what canton I'm in right now, whether this is a district of Alajuela Canton, along with obviously being Alajuela province, or it is a separate canton. And I do know there's like an area head, so I'll probably know there when I get there if this is a separate canton. I'm also walking downhill, and so the elevation is going down. Don't know the exact numbers, but it's enough that usually when I go to Alajuela, I notice it's noticeably hotter and more humid and dense. But today, because we do have a good amount of clouds, even though we do have that sun right now, it's been pretty moderate, and I'm doing okay as far as the weather goes, although I would rather be in Cartago as far as... Of course, since we are close to the airport, we do have airplanes taking off. It looks like it's going to the northeast. Who knows where? Well, as mentioned, like this area, there's still some homes and yards that are still pretty big. So I think kind of my guess about this was a farm area until relatively recently makes some sense. I just used a lot of hedge there. Relatively recently, what does that mean? You can see in the not too distance we have some type of steeple. So that'll probably be where I can find out where I am, more or less. So I didn't even get that far. The progress of our district, Desemparados de Alajuela. So this is Desemparados district in Alajuela Canton and province. So there's the district church and a field, and there really isn't anything like a town center here, just like half an hour ago, whenever it was that we went through San Pedro de Santa Barbara. And so, this is, a little farm area that had a church, and then they build houses around it and stuff, but there's not like a city center like there would be in, say, San Isidro de Heredia or Santa Barbara de Heredia, or all those places we've been through behind me recently. So far on this walk, I don't really have a lot to say. In general, a lot of my walks in these western provinces, you know, are kind of not bad, but I don't really feel a gigantic sense of adventure. But, you know, I have a nice sidewalk and, you know, pleasant enough weather, so I'm having fun, but it's not like anything where I can say it's a really defining moment. But maybe somebody watching this is getting a lot out of it. So I think I'm just a couple blocks from central Alajuela. And one thing about this walk is, even though I went between cantones and even provinces, and there was some like gradual shift, like, you know, Santa Barbara's kind of a small town and now we're in a bigger town. There was no like single line where I was like, wow, things have changed dramatically. Just kind of softly went through different settlement types. So apparently I have to swing this way if I go to Alajuela Central. And you can see that these are no longer like little country lanes. These are city streets. Or that's the basic way to put it. This is also the part of the walk where I'm kind of like, okay, yep, I certainly had a walk today. Ready to get on a bus and go home. So I guess this is center of Alajuela. We have a church right there. And I've been through Alajuela on the highway on different trips. And of course, the airport. But then that, the last time I was in Alajuela Central was actually last year when I was here and I made that video. So I guess that's kind of a shame because Alajuela is not that far away, but it's only the second time I've actually been here. I have ice cream and more soda, and I'm going to see if I can sit down for a minute, and then I'm going to actually go to the train station. My initial plan was that I was going to take a bus back, but with the time, the train might make more sense, but we'll see. And I'm in Alajuela Square, which is a nice place to be, and if I had just gotten here, I might spend some more time here, but I'm kind of tired and want to go home. It was not a long walk, but a substantial walk. The train only leaves from here to either San Jose or maybe UCR twice in the evening. So if you miss it, then the next train goes to Heredia, then you have right there take another train. So that's why I didn't really put it in my plans, because it's just like you really have to plan around it. So if I go down there and see if it's either it's already left or it's a long wait, I'll just turn around and go to the bus station. I still have 3 hours before I have to be anywhere. Remembering now that I actually like Alajuela, now I'm wondering why didn't I come here again? Well, obviously I've been other great places and I might be back here some more. But for today, like I said, I have a train to catch, I hope. I remember coming down this road a year ago, and I think the train station's right ahead. So even though this walk by itself, like I said, it wasn't super spectacular, but I did have like a nice little afternoon. And also, you know, since I did that Cartago connection, I've now connected everything from Cartago and even Cachi to Alajuela, to here. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but it is actually a possible goal to walk across Costa Rica, doing it like I am today. As I get further from the Central Valley, that would take more planning and actually like leaving home before 11. But it is possible, and just seeing the connections, because I've seen all these places on foot, they're no longer just discrete locations I go to. It has given me, I think, a better view of what this country is like. Not so much that maybe I'm not lost. Maybe I didn't go down this road. Maybe this isn't the way to the train station. Maybe I'm just wandering out of the way in a circle. I don't know. I guess I'll find out. There's the train station. I just need to check the schedule. I believe that it does. There is a train leaving sometime between 4 and 5, but I guess I'll find out the details. So I just got off a train over there at Estación Atlántico. This train went from Alajuela to Atlántico, but not onto University of Costa Rica, so I'm going to walk home about 20 minutes. Anyway, yeah, today I did something, and a lot of times when I do it, I don't always feel, wow, this is the greatest thing I've ever done. But it is another piece of a larger story, and hopefully, you know, that story tells us all something. And, uh-oh, there's a train making noise over that way. Oh, that train took off. It went back to either Heredia or Alajuela. And now I'm going to walk home, and there will be more.